KNEB. We're set for News Extra. Kevin Mooney is across the way with special guest today. It's brought to you by Gearing Civic Center. Here's Kev.
Thank you, Steve, and good morning, everyone. Our guest today is Kathy Krupensky from Keep Scottsbluff Gearing Beautiful, and we are going to talk today about the fact that the finances and the grants are coming in, and you're even trying to get a new grant.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Good morning, Kevin. We are really excited at Keep Scottsbluff Gearing Beautiful. You know, for the last couple of years, we've really struggled with grant funding. And not that we're out of the, how do I say it?
Out of the woods?
Yeah, out of the woods. You know, we're still in the red a touch, but it's looking better to be in the black. And we did end up with good funding for our public ed and our recycling program. And we were cut back a little bit on cleanup, but still, it wasn't too bad. But this new grant that I'm writing, that is due February 1st, is a hazardous waste grant. And it's a recycling grant also. But the neat thing about this is, you know, for years people have asked me, what do we do with under-the-sink stuff? What do we do with our pesticides? What do we do? And I'm hoping that we can make this a reality this fall, that we will have a hazardous waste grant where people can bring that to us free of charge. It'll be a 4-hour gig, sort of like when I started, you know, electronics, and you know, it'll be there, but everybody can, you know, can bring that stuff, because again, we do not want to see it dumped, and it's just so serious if we dump it outside, you know, anywhere close to our, you know, the water is the big thing. You know how I keep harping about, don't flush your drugs because it goes into our water, we drink it. But we don't want to drink all that stuff either.
All right, that's good. So who picks it up after you collect it? Then it gets taken down to Kimball, does it, or someplace else?
Right now we're looking for bids, and Clean Harbors is, of course, one of them that's bidding this. Okay. And so we have to do it, you know, as cheap as we can, of course, because, again, we're not loaded at Keep Scottsbluff Gearing Beautiful, but that brings me into membership. And membership is going on. You know, this is the time of year where we start with that, so we have to remind people, make sure you send membership money in, because that's what I use for the match for my grants.
All right. If you want to be a member, tell people how much.
It's really easy. I mean,
it is. I'm a member.
I know. I'm so proud, Kevin. Student, senior citizens are $15 a year. Oh, you didn't sign up for that one.
I could have.
I'm giving you a bad time.
By far, way by far, I could have.
I'm teasing. Individual, $25. Family, $35 a year. Nonprofits are $75. Business is $175. But if you become a corporate member, that's the $325. Remember, electronics is coming, and if you sign up for that $325 the day of the electronics collection, you get to bring that stuff free. You do not have to pay. So for a business, or corporate, I should say, it's well worth it.
Okay, very good. Yeah, there's a lot of different,
yes.
lot of different ways to do
right.
it. You can
We're
just
tax
choose.
deductible. You can choose.
You can choose.
And that is the majority of my match money I use for grants. And so, you know, again, when you write a grant, you have to show that the community is behind you. And I need that desperately if I'm going to get the funds in to have these different programs.
All right, that's good. All right, we're going to talk about what else she's doing this spring. Kathy's got a lot of the dates already set here. We'll do that right after this.
Beyond belief, beyond compare. You want a venue with added value, with professional staff to assist in event planning, and the meat shop's 29 years of catering experience.
You're fine.
You can effectively amaze 1,150 of your closest
So I didn't
friends.
see electronics on here. You don't have an electronics date yet?
That's April 20th.
Well, that's April 20th too?
Premier
Yeah, the Earth Day
multifunction
ad.
facility, or visit us at www.gearingciviccenter.com. The Gearing Civic Center. If you've been here, you know.
All right, we are back on News Extra. We have Kathy Krupensky here today from Keep Scottsbluff Gearing Beautiful. She's working on this hazardous waste grant, and we hope that comes through. By the way, what are the chances of you getting that grant once you write it? I mean, if you have the match, you're good to go?
You know, pretty much. Of course, you know, the funding comes from the Department of Environmental Quality, but they're pretty receptive to things like this, because, again, it's so important that we don't see this stuff flushed or dumped in. You know, I mean, they like good projects like that. And this is something we have needed, Kevin, in our community for years. And I just, you know, I've struggled with funding to do the programs that we do. And we all know the pharmaceutical has been my baby for years, because I'm so proud of that. I mean, 2,200 pounds again last year in a day. Think of that. I mean, it just amazes me, over a ton of pills
Yeah.
and stuff. So this is very important also. We hear more and more about the water situation, and we want to keep it clean because so much of this stuff, once it gets into the water, it just doesn't get out. And
All right.
we just don't know all the health hazards yet.
Let's talk about some of the days, and maybe people can start writing these down for when you'd like to. We'll be reminding you as they come up, but you might have an idea of what you want to do, and if you have a lot of electronics especially. Earth Day is April 20th, and you're going to do a lot of cleanup, and that's the day you bring your electronics in, right?
Right. That's not actually Earth Day. It's like day before. But
Okay.
we're close.
All right, we're
it's
close.
okay. You're close, Kevin. We're going to do it that Saturday at the co-op with Susan again. That's been such a success for Main Street Market and for us. We'll have all kinds of stations there to bring different things for Earth Day. Also, the electronics is going to be that day. I'm not exactly sure where all the places are for the electronics, but I'm sure I can talk you into having me back on, and I'll share that as we get
Okay.
closer. But that's a big day to think about. That's the day we will be accepting electronics. I'm sure it will be at Main Street Market, and I'm not sure where else yet. But that is again, there's a small cost unless if you are a corporate member, but that's only to oversee our costs of what it costs for us to dispose of it properly. And, I want people to remember our program. There's a lot of programs out there for electronics, but I guarantee you, who I work with, they're reputable. Things will be taken back. They'll be refurbished, they'll be recycled, and nothing goes overseas. Because, years ago when electronics started, Kevin, that's when we saw a lot of this identity theft, because it would go over to third world countries. It was just piled up on beaches. Things were taken off of it, and that's where they discovered a lot of that was happening. So I guarantee you, what you bring to me, it will be at a reputable refurbisher.
Okay,
Okay?
good deal. Real quick, some of the other days, because we're running out of time.
Okay, pharmaceutical take back is going to be May 4th, also at Main Street Market. And recycle your cycles. You know how important that is for those folks out there that need those bicycles and those kids. That's going to be June 1st. And there'll be lots of other things that will go on during the Great American Cleanup in the spring. But as they come up and we get the dates on the calendar, I'll get them to you.
All right, good deal. Doing
Thanks.
a good job.
Oh, thanks, Kevin. I love this part. And I love spring, and I get really, really excited because I know
It's
we
not
can.
that far away.
I know. I saw a robin. But then someone told me there's robins here all year long. I got all excited. It was like, oh, there's a robin. It's springtime. It is here. So, anyway, but
All right.
it's going to be fun again this year. Keeps Scottsbluff of Gearing beautiful.
All right, very good. And don't forget to get that membership. Just what's your number if people want to call?
632-4649.
4649. And call her and find out what kind of membership fits you, and
Yes.
make sure you help her out with that match.
That's very important. We're going to have a hazardous waste collection this year, I hope.
Yeah, I think you will.
All right. Thanks,
All
Kevin.
right, thank you.